everyone, welcome or welcome back to Budgets and Dreams. If this is your first time with me, hello, my name's Jen. I'm on a journey to pay off £28,000 worth of debt along with my husband Ben, and also with much support from our 12-year-old son Oscar, and this is a debt update. So we are hoping to be debt-free by June of this year, so not long now, although we do have quite a bit of a push to be able to get there in time. So this is the debt update and also extra income stuffing, which we'll get onto in a sec. But to everyone who has supported me for this whole huge long journey, thank you so much. You are just amazing. You know how much I love you, and just thank you. So before we get stuck into anything, let's do a quick reminder of last week's affirmation, which was, I believe in my dreams and won't stop until I achieve them. And yes, and all the yeses, and I said that on Friday. I really like that one. So before we get into any sort of debt update then, I have some cash here to stuff. So I have got 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, and this is a mixture of YouTube and also Etsy. So I reopened my Etsy shop on Sunday and I was very surprised by how many orders I got, but then also equally surprised with how quickly Etsy gave me some money. So I wasn't expecting me to be stuffing this much at all this week. But yes, £160. So 100 of that is come from Etsy, after taxes and expenses and everything has been taken out. And then the rest of the 60 is a bit from YouTube minus the tax, a bit from Buy Me a Coffee. So thank you very much, Michelle. It was very sweet of you. Another Michelle. I won't say which Michelle you are in case you don't want me to, but yeah, thank you, Michelle. And then also a bit after tax and materials from a binder that I've sold. And there's something else in here as well, but I can't think what it is off the top of my head. Anyway, we've got £160 of extra income to stuff, and that is of course going into Freedom. However, there is not enough room in Freedom to fit it all in. So I'm going to have to do what I've done before, which is unstuff this, take out £250 to take back to the bank, and then put whatever's remaining back in the binder. So give me 2 ticks. I'm just going to empty this out and then we'll give it all a count. Right, so that is everything unstuffed from there. So let's sort this out and give it a count and see how much more we need. So we did have in the binder 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35. So we had 135 in the binder, but plus the 160, I can't do the maths, 295. So if I take 45 out to put back in the binder, so 45, count this should be 250 unless I've done some horrific maths and you're all laughing at me. So let's count this. So 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 80, 92. Please tell me I counted that right. 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50. Yay, I did it. I'm just going to double check though, 1 sec. Yes, I definitely did that correct. So £250 is going to go back to the bank to be put onto debt. Happy days. And then this 45 we will restuff back into Freedom. So £20, oh, this is a nice one. £20 in there. And a 5 in there. We've got another 20. God, this binder's starting to look old. So for some reason, I've decided to keep this binder in the dustiest place known to man. But when your binders turn up, they are nice and shiny. Don't worry, this one has just been through the ringer. So that is Freedom. That is now stuffed. Yay. So we can now have a look at the debt update, and I can include that 250 quid because I'm going to take that back to the bank now. I keep moving my camera around each time I do a video and I've got no idea where to put anything. So hopefully that's all in view. Let's make this a bit bigger. So this is the spreadsheet where I track all of the debt, and I leave the previous month in for a bit of a comparison so you can see a bit of the progress we've made. So we're in Feb 2024 now. So we have now got left to pay £5,500. Oh my gosh. That is just, oh, it's crazy. So this month we've actually repaid £1,000, which is the 750 that I put as like a minimum, and then 250 that we've just unstuffed from Freedom. So this year we've already repaid in 2 months £2,250, which is crazy. And I do want to say, because I haven't said it for a while, So me and my husband are really fortunate that we are in a really good position at the moment to get rid of this debt. So don't be put off or feel discouraged if you can't put this much money into your debt. Like, this is a ridiculous amount of money to be putting into debt, really. This is just because we have got laser focus on getting this done. So we don't really spend much money on other things, really. But we do have salaries that can support us putting this away. And also I have YouTube and Etsy, and my husband has Etsy, and also he edits music as well. So we've got lots of things going on that means we can put this much away. So I just wanted to make sure I mentioned that, because I've not mentioned that for a while. So then the total repaid so far is £23,059.33, which means we have repaid 81%. We've only got 19% left of this debt. Also, the other thing I've not mentioned for a long time is what is included in this debt. So this isn't all of our debt. So when we first did this, decided we were going to tackle our debt, we had a look and we sort of split things into 3 chunks. So there's the car, which we pay monthly for. It's not a lease, it's a loan, but it's not the one where you then have to pay for the car at the end, because I'm pretty sure that is a total scam. So when we went to buy the car, this is a ramble now, when we went to buy the car, I did all the maths, because they said you can have this option, you pay this much for 3 years, and then at the end you do a balloon payment or you get a new car. Or this option, 5 years, this much. So I did all the maths and I realised there's so much risk involved with that balloon payment option, because you're limited on mileage, you have to make sure you stick to all of your services and stuff, which is a good habit to do, but let's say you're struggling for cash and you can't do it, then you're already in breach of your, is it PCP? I don't know, that could be a drug. Anyway, whatever those things are called. Yeah, they're just too risky, and honestly, then you have to find the money at the end if you don't want to get a new car, and if you do want to get a new car, then you're just refinancing and adding more money, and I was just like, no, we'll get the car, we'll get it on a loan for 5 years, at the end of the 5 years we'll decide whether or not we need a new car, but I'm not going to be pressured into getting one every 3 years just because you say so, salesman fella. Anyway, long story short, we decided to just pay the car to term. It's not a secured debt really, but it's a good debt in my eyes. I've done a video on this before, good debt, bad debt. But in my eyes, personally, the car is good. It's fine, it's affordable, that can just tick along, no problem. I am not averse to having credit. I don't think credit's a bad thing. I think being overwhelmed by debt is a bad thing, which is why we're paying off this stuff, which we're paying off now. So then also on the side of that, we also decided that we were going to look after debts that were personal to us by ourselves. So for me, that was some creation finance for an iPad and my husband's Apple Watch that I bought him for a Christmas present. So whilst we were focusing on this, I was also paying that off. And my husband has a loan for his his Mac, for his Mac, and he's still working on that. So this isn't all of our debt, but this is like our unaffordable, we didn't need to spend it, now we're going to get rid of it, debt. Hope that makes sense. Right, anyway, enough wafflage. Let's move on to have a look at the graphs. Right then, so here is the pretty graph that shows all the progress that we have made since we got keen on all of our debt in January 2022. We had already repaid a huge chunk of debt before that. I think in total at one point we had about 40 grand. But yeah, this is when we got serious and started the channel. So since then, we have repaid £23,524.54, like I said, and we've just got 5,500 remaining. So we've paid off each of these little individual debts. And the way I did this is I did the avalanche method, where you start with the one with the highest percentage, and then you work your way down. And the minimum payment on that one rolled into the payment for this one. So when that was paid off, we rolled the minimum payment to pay on this one, as well as that minimum payment, then rolled those into that, those into that, those into that, those into that, and so on. So we've ended up paying now £750 a month for the big loan, which was our final consolidation loan after consolidating some credit cards. So repaid this month £1,000, repaid this year. Oh, this is wrong. That's not correct. Repaid this month £1,000, repaid this year was 2,250. So yeah, that's wrong, but it doesn't matter. We looked at the number already, so that's fine, but we do have 19% remaining. So in terms of the big loan, then the final push, this is what the graph looks like. So again, for anyone who is new, the big blue line shows when the debt would be repaid if we paid our minimum payments every month, which was November, December at the end of this year, 2024. The orange and dotted line, so the orange line shows our actual repayments. Oh, I'm really shaky. And the dotted line shows our projection of when we'll have the debt repaid if we stick to just the minimum payments, which is looking between September and October this year. And then the green line is when we would like it to all be repaid, which was super ambitious, but I'm gonna do it. I don't care how, but I'm gonna do it. And that is June 2024. So we are still quite a way off from being able to hit that target, but like I said, it's gonna be hit. I'm not having this debt longer than June. And then I have one last graph which shows all of the debt over the whole of the time since Jan 2022. Same principle, minimum payments would have been repaid in May 2025. Our projection at the moment, if we stuck with minimum payments from now on, would be September, October, and then our target for having it all repaid is June. So when I decided to pay off all of this debt, I said I want this debt repaid a year earlier than it's currently planned to. So that's why it's June 2024 as a target date. So I feel like I have so totally rambled, but that's just the way it goes. So that was the debt update and the extra income stuffing. And yeah, I hope that you enjoyed it. So just move that iPad out of the way. As always, there are some links to some money advice services in the description of my video. They are always there. I do need to update them actually. And also I would suggest, if you haven't already, watch some of the Martin Lewis Money Show TV programs that are on ITV. There was one not long ago, I'll try and find the date of it and I might pop it on screen, but there was one not long ago that was all about how to manage your credit card debt and things like that. And it was great. One thing was great is that it just confirmed to me that I've gone about things the right way, which is really, really good. But there's some fantastic information there and quite a lot of myth busting as well, especially around your credit score. Don't put too much stock in your credit score, people. Just focus on repaying things on time. That's the key, apparently, according to Mr. Martin Lewis. Right. Oh, tell you what we haven't done. We haven't coloured this in. So I've got to colour in 4 of these, don't I? Oh, I don't know how many I've coloured in. I'm going to colour in 1 more. If I've coloured in too many, then yeah, that's fine. So there you go. That is what the tracker is looking at the moment for the final push. So yeah, I'm going to go now. I'm actually going to go and film my usual cash stuffing now as well. But before that, I should probably have a breather as I am so stumbling over my words. Anyway, hope you're having a great day. And yeah, the cash stuffing video will be up tomorrow on Friday. This week's affirmation: I believe in my dreams and won't stop until I achieve them. Love it. Right, bye-bye everybody. I will speak to you soon.